Hey everyone, have a here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown and some fun little team builds for the 10-year anniversary Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Vegito. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, I did say Super Vegito, but we do need to have a quick discussion on what are we going to call this unit here, because we have other Super Vegitos that are LRs, and I did do a tweet or an X post saying that my cringe name is officially going to be LR Tag Gito. Not too many people responded positively about that, so I'll be using that sparingly. But of course, this is the INT OG Fusion Super Vegito. This is the STR EZA. Both of these are now EZA now. STR Super Vegito. So LR EZA Super Vegito would basically mean this unit here. OG Super Vegito EZA would be this one here, and then I guess most people are just going to call this the LR Tech Super Vegito or just LR Super Vegito in general. The longer version of LR Tag Gito would be the LR Tag Super Vegito, and that would make a lot of sense there as well. So anyway, call it what you want, but you might hear LR Tag Gito once in a while, and feel free to cringe anytime you hear it. So let's go ahead and dive into the breakdown, and first of course start with the card arts. So we have the SSR TUR here. I don't know about you, but I can't be the only one who said, hey, that SSR card art kind of reminds me of LR GGT. And you can kind of see the comparison, but that's kind of where my thoughts were initially. I do like both of the card arts, but it really isn't all that special in terms of a 10-year anniversary. I am missing the the white outline that normally you see for SSR LR card arts, but ultimately they're fine. They're okay. A little, not say disappointed, but underwhelming in terms for a 10-year anniversary unit. However, they did go all out in terms of the LR card art, so I love both of these. Of course, the only thing that you're normally going to see is the Goku version of this. So remember, this is a tag unit, so we'll talk about the details. You will then see Vegeta pop up. I do just love the background, right? Vegeta in the background, Goku in the background with the Patara earrings there. Looks incredible. But even more so is the Patara fusion into Super Vegito, and I can't get enough of this card art. I think this is definitely one of the best ones they've ever done. Looks fantastic, shading's great, action when it's animated it's even better. So kudos to the 10-year anniversary LR card arts. SSR TUR a little underwhelming. So let's dive into the breakdown of this unit here. This unit is kind of really what you want. This is what you want to see from any anniversary unit here. The stats aren't underwhelming. It's 21,000, over 21,000 in HP, over 20,000 in attack, over 15,000 in defense. Basically everything that you want to see in terms of the stats there. It's on a ton of categories. It doesn't have that many restrictions, or really any restrictions in general. So you're going to be fine just plug and play this unit anywhere and everywhere on these categories there. It's pretty incredible. And then the link skills, it does change, so I'm not a huge fan of link skills changing after transformation, in this case exchange or fusion, but we'll talk about what it does change into when it goes into Vegeta and Super Vegito. So diving into the majority of the details, this is going to be a new meta. This is a leader skill meta. Earth protecting heroes, which is a new category. Fuse fighters and pure Saiyans, yes. HP or Ki plus 3, HP 200%, and attack and defense 170. So I think in the future we might see variations of this, like we did when the 170% leads came out. We had 130, 170, 150, 170. So we might see like 200% to attack and 170 to defense and 170 to HP. So we'll see, or they may just stick with 200% to HP. And on top of that, we get a boost here as well for plus an additional HP, attack, and defense 50% for characters who also belong to Earthbred Fighters and Patara category. So yeah, this is the new meta of 250% and 220. I'm gonna guess that the Dokkan Fest exclusive units that are non-LRs are slightly going to be worse. They just might have it at 170 and 50%, so you make it 120. We just might get this extra 200% for Dokkan Festival exclusives. Again, that's just a guess. We don't know quite yet in the future. So yeah, glad to see the power creep and leader skill. Always great to see it. So super attack, 12 key super attack. This does stack attack and greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes cost damage to enemy. And then the ultra super attack is greatly raises attack and then greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes mega cost damage to enemy. When you do tag into Vegeta, is basically the opposite, and you're able to stack defense. So you kind of start off here, and then you go ahead and make the decision on, you know, increasing your attack or increasing your defense. So passive skill here, you're going to see a lot of the units at attack and defense 200%. That's kind of the baseline where you're seeing in new units, especially all the LRs. And then receives an additional 2 key per key sphere obtained, any type of key spheres, and then you are going to easily get to 18 key, no problem. This is a support unit in a sense. It's Earth protecting heroes and Potara category allies, key +1, defense 40%. I don't think you need to worry about, you know, filling it up with Potara, you know, class allies or Earth protecting heroes. This team is just crazy strong, but this is just an added little piece to this amazing unit. So for 3 turns, your character is able to have damage reduction of 50%, and then when attacking, attack 200%, and then damage reduction at a rate of 20%. So 70% damage mitigation there. So you can run this in first position, but the team builds that I did show, I'm going to show in more the second or third position because of this right here. Second and third position, they get an additional damage rate reduction of 20%, and then launches additional attack, has a great chance of a super attack. So interestingly enough, how they build this is for second and third, but then you can switch it up into first position once you go into Vegeta or Super Vegito. You are effective against all types at 10 key or more, and then launches additional super attack at 20 key or more. So after 20 key, which again is going to be fairly easy to get, you're going to get a guaranteed super attack and effectiveness, and it's just very strong. So you can just leave him here and he's going to be working effectively, but you have other things you can do with this unit. First of all, exchange. So starting from the 4th turn from the battle, which is nice, not from the entry turn here, from the battle, you meet up with Super Saiyan Vegeta Angel and then can perform a reversible exchange. And why do you want to do that? Well, again, you're going to want to boost up your defense if you want to go ahead and stack that. However, you do have a choice. If you want to exchange, you can go ahead and do that, and then the turn after can be activated from the 5th turn of the start of the battle. Potara fusion for 4 turns, and this can be only once, so you can do an active skill only once. You can do either Vegeta or the Vegito, and you're probably just going to do the Vegito 9 times out of 10. So if you go Vegeta, you're going to exchange here for maybe that 1 turn before you go back to Goku and then go into the Potara fusion. This is where the things basically change. So 12 key super attack raises defense stack and then greatly raises attack for 1 turn, and then ultra super attack is greatly raises defense and that's stacking, and then greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes mega cost damage to enemy. 200% to attack and defense, that doesn't change. 50% doesn't change. +2 to key doesn't change. Support is, wait a minute, I think support changes. I think this is just a typo error. Give me 1 second. Correct. This is a typo issue. This should be attack 40% up. So this is kind of a miss thing here. So it's not defense 40%, it's attack 40% up on here. Again, just a little mistype on there. So still have our protecting fighters, Potara, but this is attack at 40% versus defense. So again, it's kind of everything in opposite. We see that a lot there. And then you have an additional, additional 100% to attack, and then 10 key or more, another 20% damage mitigation, and then at 20 is the additional super attack. So all the same, but the biggest difference here is now you can move this in first position, and it launches all attacks, that your guard all attacks, and then launches additional attack, has a great chance of becoming a super attack. So you're now guarding in first position versus getting additional 20% damage mitigation in second or third. So just make sure you move him in first position if you go exchange on that end. So here's the active skill, which no one really is going to use this, right? So I guess you can because of the guard all attacks in battle. So this right here is going to provide this for you for the remaining portion of the fight, and then you can go back to Goku, and if you're in second position, you go back here, you are 20% damage mitigation, 50% damage mitigation, or this actually goes away. So you have 20% damage mitigation, 20% damage mitigation, second position, and guard. But again, everybody's going to want to Patara fuse. So anyway, and then here's the link skills that change. It changes the prodigies and then Saiyan warrior race. So that's what it changes to. But again, now we want to fuse into Super Vegito, and this is, you know, the king here. And his links don't change from Vegeta. It stays at prodigies and Saiyan warrior race. But man, this unit is absolutely busted, right? Fully covers HP when you fuse. Remember, this is only for 4 turns, so this is like the ending mechanic that you want to save for the last battle and just destroy that, you know, last fight. Attack and defense 300%. Guards all attacks, damage reduction 60%. You're not taking any damage. Receives an additional 3 for type advantage. You're boosting all Patara and Earth protecting heroes, allies key +2, and attack and defense 40%. Both. You have a chance of performing a critical hit 20% up to 100% with each attack performed, and then each attack received attack 10% within the turn, and then you're countering with normal attacks, and then you're able to see all the super attacks as well. Oh, by the way, if you're like, hey, you know what, there's no super attack that's going to happen, go ahead and super attack Vegito. It doesn't matter. He's got 60% damage mitigation and guarding. But you know what? I have some other characters that might get hit on this turn. I'm worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and active skill and have a taunt mechanic, increase my defense 300%, and then all those attacks I'm going to counter with Ferocious Power, which is it's crazy amount of damage it does. And then all those hits are crits. Meaning, if your enemy is attacking enough, he's going to attack himself to death, right? Ultimate victory here. So once you are fused here, you can do that at that last stage, and you win. You win the game. This wins you the game. So, so again, they did a great job here. It's a really solid unit, best unit in the game for sure. So how do you want to play this unit here? Well, technically, the interesting thing is the best current unit that you want to link up with here is the GT Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 Goku here with 5 links. But you do have some other units that have 5 links as well that are currently, you know, very good as well. And that's Family Kamehameha Gohan. You have the Gogeta once transformed, EZA there. You have Daima Goku, and then you also have the soon-to-be, the future EZA to the LR Gods. So make sure that some of these are on rotation, or at least on floaters, that you can link up very well. But again, this unit doesn't really need a lot of good links. It's standalone, incredible and impressive on here. When you do switch, though, into Vegito, of course, we have the Super EZA AGL Vegito. That's going to give you 6 links. Then the Gogeta is also 6 links there. And the other physical LR Gogeta, the Carnival Gogeta, is 6 links. Then the other 5 links on there. LRGGT, man, you can run him on his team, but I wish LRGGT was available for Super Vegito, his team on here. So I think they were Earth protecting heroes, right? I think they were. Anyway, that'd be nice if they were added on to their team, because I kind of need a support unit. We'll see. We'll take a look at that. Now let's dive into the team builds. So 13 minutes in to dive to the team builds here. So we're going to call this group first is the 250 to 220% options that you have. So we're not putting the 170% options on here quite yet. That does open it up quite a bit. But here's kind of your options here, using Beast Gohan as that first position. Again, you could use the Super Vegito, LR Tag Jito as first position if you need to. But I just put in Beast Gohan on here because he's always a beast there, and Family Kamehameha. So you can see the alts. You can have different combinations as well. No big issue, no big deal on terms of that. I just did a little bit more damage in the first main rotation, and then a little bit more defense on the second rotation there. When you transform or tag in Vegeta, you want to move him to first position. Then you can move these units in different spots here. So I did put Hercule on here as a support unit. Most of the time, I don't think you're going to be using Hercule unless you're going to be using a full or at least full main rotation Earth Protecting Heroes, because he's a fantastic support unit for that. Because when you look at, if you were like to transform and then you bring like the Goku up here, Goku, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he doesn't get supported by Hercule. And neither does Gotenks, right? So you might go, well, maybe I don't put Gotenks in main rotation, which is fine. Makes sense if you don't do it, and you drop him off. This is the reason why I kind of dropped him off here in floater position. It's crazy that you would have Gotenks in floater position, but just in case if you wanted to have that position of support, which again, I don't think you would. You don't need a rerunning Hercule. You can just run other units on here. Then once you get into Super Vegito on here, this is what your rotations might look like. I did continue to drop Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Gotenks on here, but in reality, you want to bring in the future in a couple of days, the EZA to the Super Vegito on this team as well. And then funny enough, he's not I don't know, right? This is Dokkan at play here. The Tech Super Vegito is on Earth Protecting Heroes. He leads Earth Protecting Heroes, but the standalone Super Vegito does not. So maybe because it's Goku and Vegeta, those are Earth Protecting Heroes, but Super Vegito is not. Okay, makes sense? No, I know. So, so if you're gonna run this team here, you're probably going to run it without Hercule. I think this makes a lot more sense without Hercule and figuring out where the support is and on that. So that basically it's going to look like this. And look at this team. This team is quite impressive, right? Quite impressive. And they're all main rotations, right? You can slot all these units in it. So if you get locked up somewhere, no problem, easy. Nothing's gonna really hurt in the current iteration. We haven't had the like top end tier missions yet, and we'll see what happens in part 2. But as of right now, this seemingly is the best team in the game. So now let's go ahead and open up to 170%. 170% gives us a lot of different options. We can add Vegetas on here. We can add Gogeta on here. Of course, in the near future, we're going to get the EZA to the 7-year anniversary LRs. That's going to be incredible. So opening up to all these different units going to give you a lot of bench strength, even at 170% here, right? Even they're running 170%, all these other units running at 250 to 20. Don't worry, these units are just absolutely incredible because LR Tech Vegeta right now, amazing, and then we expect the 7-year anniversaries to be as good or even better than the EZA 6-year anniversary Evolution Vegeta and the MUA Goku, right? Cool thing about having the 170% option opening up, you can run basically all the new units. So once those 7-year anniversary units EZAs, and again, I'm assuming that they're going to be you're able to use them in first position. I guess if you can't, you can put the Vegito in the first position like I mentioned. You're just not going to get that additional 20% damage mitigation. But yeah, you can use all the new units in part 1 anniversary, or I guess, I don't know when the 7-year anniversary is going to EZA, but in the anniversary currently right now, from when I'm recording this video, all in one team, right? You can have the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the new Evolution Vegeta, Hercule. Again, you probably want to use the Super Vegito instead, and then you can see all the alts. The alts on here is just, man, you can just run. The 220% is good, but then the 170 is just, now you're just overflowing because of what? Because of Pure Saiyans. Like, I only put like a tenth of what the units you can actually run on this team here because Pure Saiyans is so vast, right? So having this new Pure Saiyans leader here is just absolutely incredible. So again, these are the new ones here. Probably what I'm going to be using now, so if you guys want to know what I'm going to be using currently right now, would be probably this team. So this is my now team right now. So I'm kind of wasting a little bit in terms of having this unit here because he is a support for Power Beyond Super Saiyan, which he will buff Gotenks. And if this was on the main rotation, but Super Vegito he does not, right? And Super Gogeta he does not. So look, I can slot in anyone else down here and they'll be just fine. So anyway, I just put him on here just because he's a new toy to play with right now. So one category that got another major boost here is the Majin Buu Saga. Dokkan loves the Majin Buu Saga. Majin Buu Saga is so much better than all the other sagas except for Universal Survival Saga, right? Those two are just head and shoulders above every other saga in the game. And now Majin Buu Saga is absolutely killer. One of the units that you don't want to sleep on is this unit here, is the Angel Vegeta, because he is going to have a Majin Buu Saga Goku on the team here, and he's going to have his unit super attack. So very, very, very strong team. Huge upgrade. And in reality, if you just want to run a Majin Buu Saga leader, then guess what? You're just going to be running, this guy right here, right? Two of these guys, and then, removing the Hercule, right? You don't want to have Hercule because he's focused more on Earth protecting heroes, and Gotenks isn't an Earth protecting hero, I guess. So, so this is the Majin Buu Saga upgrade. And of course, before mentioned, Pure Saiyans is now wild, right? You can run all the Pure Saiyans combinations on this team here. Even though they may be running at 170, you can run all of them on here. And I did put King Vegeta as a support on this team here, and then I moved Super Vegito as a floater. You'll never do this, but I'm just kind of showing you how crazy this team is, where I can put Super Vegito as a floater on this team here, have the Pure Saiyans rotations, the top end Pure Saiyan rotations, like UI Goku, MUI Goku with the Evolution Vegeta, or New Evolution Vegeta, the Broly combination, which kind of doesn't really work that much on here, given the fact that you have more super class units on here. But then you have Super Vegito as a floater, which is absolutely wild. And then of course you have other options. When the 7-year anniversary EZH, you can have a Gogeta rotation on top, and then you have your GT rotation in the middle. That's going to be wild there as well. So Pure Saiyans is absolutely back. I don't even know what to call the team, because is this a Pure Saiyans team? Is this a Majin Buu Saga team? Do I have to fuse this with a Majin Buu Saga? Because basically it's a Majin Buu Saga. It's crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do in terms of best teams and how to fuse these. I might just open things up now and not have quote unquote fused teams until we have to merge some of these teams together, because it's just absolutely wild. And then finally, I would not do it justice if I didn't talk about, hey, a full Vegito team. Yes, you can run a full Vegito team on here. I don't know how good it's gonna be, right? But once transformed, if all these units, you get them to transformation, you are going to have some dodge or die situations and floaters with Candy Vegito and tech-based form Vegito on here. But this is a full Majin Buu Saga and Vegito team here. You can have Vegito Blue options down here on the alts there as well for Potara. But ultimately, this can be a fun challenge if you want to run a full Vegito team and try to defeat some hard content. So there you have it, boys and girls. A long video here, but it's a lot to talk about. This is a full breakdown again, and the team builds there. Of course, like I mentioned before, this unit can go on all the other teams as well. So it's going to have a lot of boosts, and it's going to be interesting to see how much boost it's going to give those other teams. That's going to be provided in terms of moving them up the ladder in the best teams category. So with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. If you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we will catch you next time. Later.